18:16 nel pomeriggio di Rocknrollradio.it. Come annunciato, Roberto Grillo al microfono in sostituzione dell'amico Max De Rio, che da qualche giorno non è più presente, non riesce per motivi di lavoro a essere presente qui al Mad Max. E abbiamo graditissimi ospiti a Rocknrollradio.it, gli Authority Zero. Welcome guys.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm fine, how are you going?
Doing good.
Da Mesa, Arizona, gli Authority Zero stasera suoneranno al Rock and Roll di Milano, per cui iniziamo senz'altro con il loro ultimo singolo intitolato No Other Place.
Perfect.
Beh, sentite che gruppo che abbiamo qua oggi, grande punk rock del 2013, gli Authority Zero da Mesa, Arizona. Hi guys, welcome.
Hey.
Abbiamo qui Jason and Sean, cantante e batterista. La prima domanda: where are you coming from? From which European country?
We just came from Switzerland.
From Switzerland, and then which other countries you visited?
We visited Germany.
You were playing in.
We were playing and visiting. We were in Germany.
Right.
We were in Russia. We were actually in Ukraine.
You started in Russia.
Started the tour in Russia.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly way to start the tour. It was like right into
It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, man. It was, the kids were going pretty nuts up there.
Cool and cold.
Cool and cold. Yeah.
Because I read you've been playing kind of 35 gigs in 45 days. How can you do it?
We'll find out. You just keep on driving, man. You just keep on pushing.
One day off is how we do it.
Ok.
Yeah.
Guardate, gli Authority Zero suonano praticamente in Europa, fanno una cosa tipo 35 concerti in un mese e mezzo, dei quali almeno 25 consecutivi, e questo è il rock and roll, è il punk rock nel 2013. Non si perde l'occasione di suonare dovunque, in qualsiasi maniera, perché praticamente adesso forse rimane uno dei pochi modi reali e concreti per portare la propria musica dal vivo. And how's been the reaction in other countries? I mean, Russia, have you ever been playing in Russia before?
I've been to Russia before, but it was amazing. Moscow, all the shows, the kids lost their minds.
Yeah, it was cool. It was wicked, man. It was our first time as a band, Authority Zero, to be there, and you know it was kind of a more toward the last minute kind of thing to get added to the tour. So we're glad it all went through, but it was just nuts, man. It was a cool way to go and visit for the first time.
You didn't know what to expect, and
we had no clue.
That reaction might be great. I mean,
it was cool. We'd heard that there was going to be a couple kids. We also heard there was going to be 1,500 to 1,000, 5,000.
So that's great.
Yeah, it was pretty wide open as to what to expect.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Hope in Italy is going to be the same. I mean,
I think so.
The clubs maybe are not that big, but the crowd hope is going to be very hot for your shows.
It's all about the crowd.
It's always about the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if the band is good and you are, the crowd is what is making the show working. I mean,
they make the show. You know, we do our part, but they're the ones that make the show rad.
Yeah. So you exist as a band since 1994, which is nearly 20 years.
Almost, 19 years this summer.
Okay. And what do you think the punk rock scene, I mean, both in US and in Europe, is growing? Is it growing? Is it happening something different from 20 years ago? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's obviously alive and well in Europe and in all these areas. It has ups and downs in the US, you know what I mean? But ultimately, it's still kicking over there. You know, I mean, it's certainly changed throughout all those years. It's had its high peaks, it has really super lows. But ultimately, the kids that were diehards and have been diehards and have passed it on to their generations, and they've gotten their kids coming out now, and it's just, it's a growing family.
Ok, ho chiesto a Jason come crede che sia cambiata la scena dal 1994, che è l'anno da cui esistono gli Authority Zero, e se crede che ci siano stati dei cambiamenti in positivo o negativo. Dice la scena sia in America che in Europa la vede assolutamente viva, l'espressione live and kicking descrive molto bene quello che Jason vede sul punk rock mondiale in questo momento. Ci sono tantissime band molto molto buone, il pubblico è sempre vivo e attento alle nuove band. Which are new American band you like most?
New American?
I mean punk rock band. Is there any new band that you'd like to say this is great, man? Even for Rocknroll Radio, I mean.
I have 3.
What's the name?
A Wilhelm Scream.
Okay.
Dead to Me.
Dead to Me.
They're one of my favorites, and then actually a Canadian band called the Flatliners.
The Flatliners, I've heard about that.
Yeah, those 3 bands they're amazing. They inspire me, actually.
Okay. We have a couple of punk rock DJs very into punk rock. I'll ask them something about these bands, because many of these bands sometimes don't have a label in Italy or a management in Italy, or so sometimes these records don't arrive to the radio and even in digital. So discovering new bands is always interesting, even for radio. Ora ascoltiamo un'altra canzone dal nuovo album The Tipping Point degli Authority Zero. Questa è Today We Heard the News.
Today we heard the news, that things have changed and far too soon. Tell me it's not true. It won't be the same if it's not with you, for today I'm coming home. Shock filled the air and people they knew nothing would be the same. All that they'd known had suddenly changed. So play on, don't stop the music. Sing on, use your voice, use it. Dance on, keep your feet moving. Live on through your songs and music. Sing at the top of your lungs. Whoa, sing at the top of your
Today We Heard the News, un altro estratto dal nuovo album The Tipping Point degli Authority Zero. Come sentite, ci sono davvero tante influenze nella loro musica. In questa canzone c'era dello ska, del reggae, the sound un po' alternative. We heard a lot of influences, especially in this song. I mean, certainly. I know you in the past have been playing a lot of ska and reggae influenced tracks in your sound. How do you build it? I mean, you come from southern country in the US, so are those influences come from the Spanish community? I mean,
I mean, a lot of it does. A lot of the Latin influence came from the earlier days with our original guitar player Bill Marks. Okay. He majored in Spanish, and he was really full on into.
Was he Spanish speaking?
Yeah, full on. He was fluent. Yeah, so he was really into the culture. So he brought a lot of the influence into the earlier years, and it just rubbed off on everybody that was a part of it, and it just became part of the sound or whatever, Yeah. And with the ska and the reggae and all that, it just comes with all the bands you listen to as you're growing up, and just rubs off on you. Just your favorite bands. You don't try and emulate them, obviously, but you're certainly influenced by them, and they definitely bleed into your...
By creating your sound.
Yeah.
Gli ho chiesto delle influenze che soprattutto in questo brano che abbiamo ascoltato adesso sono abbastanza evidenti, di ska, reggae e altri generi. Gli ho chiesto se il fatto di vivere in uno stato americano posto al sud è stata una cosa che li ha influenzati in questo, e parzialmente uno dei primi membri del gruppo era di madrelingua spagnola, gli ha fatto conoscere tante cose diciamo di sound latino, e anche quando insomma come ascoltatori girano il mondo per scoprire cose nuove, diciamo lo ska, il reggae sono sempre le cose che vanno a pescare. Tutto questo ha creato in qualche maniera il sound di Authority Zero, che stasera, lo ricordo, potete vedere dal vivo al Rock and Roll di Milano e domani in un'altra data sempre qui in Italia. Last question, you record an album almost every 3 years. Is that a precise deadline you make in your career, or is it casual? I mean,
no, it's more of a casual kind of thing that happens. You know, we get done with the record, you work really hard on it, and then you get kind of excited just to enjoy the thing you just worked on, and you kind of, I don't want to say you get lazy, but you just sit back and enjoy it and enjoy the time of, just peace and whatever. You give more time to get more influence, and just. Let it come more naturally, not try and force any of the music, just let it keep coming as it comes.
Ok, Gli ho chiesto se il fatto di fare un album più o meno ogni 3 anni, visto che i 6 album degli Authority Zero finora sono usciti più o meno con questa scadenza, era un fatto casuale, un fatto studiato, e mi ha risposto praticamente ci vuole il momento giusto e il tempo giusto per far maturare l'ispirazione, non siamo pigri, ma preferiamo appunto creare un album quando c'è veramente qualcosa di buono da registrare e da offrire ai nostri fan. Okay, I thank Authority Zero for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Long to see you live on stage tonight.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for coming to Rocknrollradio.it. Andiamo ad ascoltare l'ultima canzone, un'altra dal loro album The Tipping Point, l'omonima title track dal loro album. Ciao.
Ciao.
Hey you, let's get it started. Throw up your hands and no more standing on our own. Hey you, hey you, hey you. Hey you, let's keep it moving. Let's shake things up and recreate our destiny. Hey you, hey you.